welcome back to the channel. My name's Amber if you're new here. Today we're going to be doing our June reading wrap up and then our July TBR. I actually had a great reading month. I read 8, almost 9 books, which is like insane for me. That's like 2 a week. That's crazy. But these are the ones that I read. Had a nice little mixture. You could see it like started kind of light and then darkened a little bit, much like my soul. Yeah, so we'll just get right into it. First, I read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I adored this book. I did give it like a 3 stars, just because it's a little younger, but I mostly appreciated like the drama, like the tea. So it was kind of like Love in Other Words, everyone knows, but I feel like if you put space between the 2 books, it's easier to separate the two. It did obviously have like very similar vibes, but like second chance romance is a very popular thing. And I do feel like this was a little different. Like I said, it's younger and the twist at the end is different, and it definitely is something you don't really see coming in a way, whereas Love in Other Words is kind of like a normal like little conflict. But yeah, I definitely love Love in Other Words way better than this one. So this was 3 stars. And then I was like, I'm not feeling my romance girly era right now. I just need something totally different. So I picked up Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. The cover is gorgeous. That's exactly what I got, was something different. I want to rate this 5 stars, but because this is something I don't even normally pick up, it's hard. So I feel like it's a 4.5 only because it's not something I usually read, but it was so good. It was just like a raw and real story, basically just about making a damn video game, and I love that. I love it. I don't know. It was so cool. Like the gamer girl in me was just, it was just so cool. It's definitely not for everyone. The story didn't feel slow by any means. It was just like something super different where you really were just like looking into the inner workings of these people, and there wasn't much of like this crazy plot that was like keeping you on your seat. It gets there a little bit, but I needed this. This was a great palate cleanser, beautiful story, and this book made me smarter, like for sure. I don't think I was smart enough to read this book, but I did, and you should too. Next, after that, I was like, okay, maybe I do want something light and fluffy again. So Sarah Adams is the solution, always. When in Rome, we follow Amelia. She's a pop star. She's obsessed with Audrey Hepburn. She's like, let's go to Rome, Kentucky. Car breaks down. Grumpy man takes her in. That's all you need to know. And then Practice Makes Perfect follows Annie, who is, was his name Noah? Yes, Noah's sister, and then Will is Amelia's bodyguard, and she's a florist as well. I loved her a lot. I liked this one more, I think. This was like a 3 stars, and this was like a 3.5. Yeah, because they were just like really simple, fluffy, but they were amazing rom-coms, and I love them. I really like this one. I really do. Next we have Caraval. I reread this. I actually did it on audio. This was one of the first books that got me back into reading in college. Stephanie Garber will always have a special place in my heart. I'm so excited to read Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I'm trying to wait until it gets closer to release day for the new one. But I already know I'm gonna love it. I want the UK editions though, because they're so much prettier than the US editions, as they usually are. But this I gave a 3 stars the second time around, just because it's just really young, and I like my fantasy a little more adult, I guess, now. But the vibes are immaculate. So if a freaking carnival treasure hunt with lots of twists seems interesting to you, you should definitely pick it up. Just know it's very YA, and the writing feels a little bit more YA, but special place in my heart forever. I am rereading the rest of the series too. I'm hopefully gonna get through that soon. Then we have Serpa and the Wings of Night. This was a 5 stars. Need I say more? This was amazing. These two started my read fantasy with me for a week. Definitely watch that video. It was so much fun. I did not expect this to be as good as it was. It's basically vampire Hunger Games to the death. Only one can win, except the main character is a human and everyone else is a vampire. And there's a really, really interesting vampire in this story. Yeah, all I have to say is I adored the characters. The story was complex without being like too much to where you're like, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. It flowed really nicely. It like kept you on your seat. And the relationships were just beautiful. And then I did cry. I cried a lot. Read this book, they said. It'll be fun, they said. No, I'm not having any fun right now. Not actually. But it was so good. Next I have House in the Cerulean Sea. This is a cozy fantasy that basically involves magical children and a human man who melts for them, as I did. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet because I already reviewed all of these in a past video, so if you want like in-depth reactions and like what it's about, no spoilers or anything, go watch that video for sure. But yeah, I loved this. This was a 5 stars. This was my most surprising read of the year so far. Just because I didn't really know what I was walking into and I didn't expect to be this obsessed. But it was just so cute, so fun. I felt like a kid again and I loved it. Last we have The Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This was at 5 stars. 5 stars. This was a great reading month, obviously. This is basically, it's got like a rivals to lovers with a magic typewriter or 2 or 3 and a war between gods, and that's it. But it's so good, and I sobbed. I'm not okay. I can't even read. I sobbed. I'm still broken a little bit. I can't. This is like this book I think about every day. Serpent in the Wings of Night I do think about often too, but this book I think will follow me till I die. Like, actually. I'm ready for the second one, Rebecca. Come on. And then I am in the middle of, well, I guess I'm almost done. I'm listening to City of Bones because I need to read the whole Shadowhunters series. I've got some of them up there. But the first one I've like already read, and then I've seen the show and the movie. So I was like, let's just do an audiobook so that I don't feel like I'm pulling teeth with a story that feels so familiar. But yeah, I'm almost done, and I'm excited to see how the second one goes. So that's part of my July TBR, because I need to finish that. And to get into the rest of the TBR, I've got a nice little stack here. And I do have some that are currently on the way that I'm reading on my Kindle currently. But this is what we're hoping for. So I'm currently reading Haunting Adeline on my Kindle. I'm like halfway, I think. I'm eating this up. I don't know. I was just really feeling a little down, and I was like, I want something dark. Like, I want to embrace the darkness. And that's exactly what I did. It is worth the hype so far. It's startling and it's really dark. Please look up trigger warnings. If you need to be spoiled to know what you're going into, just know it's really dark. It is not for the faint of heart. But sometimes I just like a little bit of really dark, spicy romance every once in a while to just like not really care what's going on. So I have that on the way, and I also, I have the second one. I have Hunting Adeline on the way because I'm almost done with this book, and the second one won't be here until Wednesday, so I'm like, I'll order the first one later, but I feel like right now I'm just gonna finish this on Kindle. And then I also ordered just now the novella that comes between these two. I'll put the picture because I forgot what it's called. It's like 6 Roses or something. But the novella is, like some people say, to just read it between Serpent in the Wings of Night and Ashes of the Star-Cursed King. Because the first one didn't really leave on a cliffhanger. It definitely left you being like, huh? But it kind of like closed it off just a little bit so you didn't feel like you were gonna die without the second one. But I did have this on deck and ready to go. But there was just some other things I wanted to read first, so I think I'm gonna pick up that and this one as well. Hopefully soon. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. But I know it is a continuing series, so I'm probably gonna hate myself for needing the next book that's not ready yet, but it's okay. And then I just got this the other day. I'm not sure about it yet, but Something Wilder by Christina and Lauren. This, I just saw somebody talk about it because I've seen it in stores and the summary just wasn't giving. But then I saw someone say it's like they're stranded in the Wild West and they've got to like figure it out together or something. And that's all I remember. And that was enough to make me pick it up. So I'll probably like look up more about it. But I like it. I might not get to it right this minute, but it's on the radar. We all know this is we don't know if we're going to get to any of these. Then I have Malibu Rising. I've been wanting to get to this all summer. I really need to. I never picked it up last year. Still don't really know what it's about, but I think I can put it between some romances or something. Definitely need to pick this up, especially because summer's coming to a close soon. Before we know it, it's already July. Gosh. So yeah. Then I just picked this up, Summer of Broken Rules. This just feels like so lighthearted and like a cute story, and this cover is just to die for. So yeah, I almost picked up the new release after Midnights or something. I don't know. But I just want to see how this one goes, and then if I love the writing or whatever, maybe I'll pick up that one. But this is so cute, and I'm excited. Sometimes you just need a little YA fun. Then I still need to pick up It Happened One Summer. I love Tessa Bailey, and I feel like this one's going to be a vibe. I might bring this on vacation with me because I'm going to Wilmington, and I feel like it would be vibes. So that might be a vacation book for me. Another vacation book is going to be Red Rising. Me and Cam are hopefully going to read this together. I also have a spicy romance we're going to read together as well. That's exciting. But this is just one of those that I'm like, we have to experience it together. We never get to read books together because our schedules are just insane. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so curious to see this. And like right after I bought it, because some guy convinced me to buy it at Barnes, and I was like, okay. Haley Pham on YouTube, she just, you know who she is. If you don't know who she is, I don't know who you are. But I'm so curious to see how I'm gonna like this, because I think sci-fi is like super cool. Anyway, I really couldn't tell you what this is about. I'm just intrigued, and somebody told me to pick it up, so I said okay. Lastly, we have Magnolia Parks. I need to read this immediately, and I need to get all the covers before they change. I haven't even seen the new covers. I just love these so much. I need them. But yeah, I've been putting this off for months. I've had this since April, and when I picked it up, it just wasn't what I wanted at the time, and I want to make sure that I want it at the time, you know? So I feel like this might be like the last book I read of the month. I don't know, but it's definitely getting read either this month or next month. All of them. Like I need to just read all of them. But I just feel like I have some series now that have to like wrap up a little bit. So I think that's it for my July TBR. We'll see how many of them I read. I don't even think I read anything from my June TBR. Probably not. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I felt like I had a great reading month. I'm excited for another month. Happy 4th of July. 4th of July is tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next video.